What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Tesla today at the request of Navi. Navi, we're doing this for you, my friend. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Let's not waste any time at all. And let's get right into it, man. So here we are, Tesla. Hell of a week so far, right? You prodded up. You actually saw, is this the week that took you to new all-time highs? No, last week we saw new all-time highs. Okay. Crazy how fast things have happened, man, right? We're already here. I think it's undeniable at this point, right? I think it's very undeniable. You look at Tesla's existence, and I said this last time, right, when we look at the all-time history, but it's very simple. Boring for a long time, exciting for a short time. Boring for a long time, exciting for a longer amount of time, but still short in comparison to this, right? I draw a bubble here. It's nowhere near the length of this. I mean, maybe from a high to a low, but in time, in a width perspective, no, right? So boring for a long time, exciting for a short time. Boring for a long time, exciting probably for a short time. But this is on a month-to-month basis. You've just been exciting for the last 2 months. You probably got a good bit to go, man. You probably got I mean, the last time went from June 2019 to November of 2021. The time before that, you got exciting March 2013. You really stopped getting exciting in February 2014. So, I mean, even at that, you got about like a year. I would expect that it's sometime late 2025 before this moves over. And I do think you're in the midst of this next move up to your new all-time high. So where's that going to go? Where are you going to go for your new all-time highs? It's really hard to say. You know, from this high here to this low, it's not really the best measurement. Went all the way up to your 4618. Okay, maybe. Kind of. I don't know. Let's look at this one. It's a little bit more definitive. I think this high to low will do nice. You went all the way up to your 4618. Again, okay, so I think we found this the last couple times too. Showing a little bit of significance on the fibs here. Different or less common fibs than I'm used to be completely fair. But Tesla is not your average stock, man. I don't expect that this move up will be like the last one. I don't expect this move to be the same as this either. I think it'll be smaller than this move, yet bigger than this move is what I'm kind of expecting. It could be smaller than this move. It's possible, but let's see here. I mean, you consolidated probably more. You had more of a pullback. I would think it's bigger than this move. The minimum target, you're at 440 right now. Tesla's probably not stopping until at least $607 or 987 right there at 1,000. I like that $1,000 target because it is your golden ratio right there, right? Moving up something like this. I could see that happening. Why not the 4618 like the last two times? Because the last two times were very narrow phases of consolidation. This is a much deeper phase of consolidation. Narrow passages tend to promote deeper extensions, while deeper passages tend to promote more narrow expansions. Does that make sense? It's harder to see these expansions whenever you have a deeper kind of consolidation phase. But I do think you go higher. I think the minimum, really you're at 440. By the definitions of the fibs, right, this would be your primary extended target zone. Primary target zone. This is your secondary target zone up here, right? By the definitions that I've laid out. Normally, I would say that this is the minimum target area, but I feel completely confident in saying that Tesla's minimum target is probably about $1,000, probably, assuming no splits happen or anything like that, right? And Tesla, Elon likes to throw those splits out there because he wants to make the stock available for anybody to purchase. The average American doesn't have $1,000 in their bank account, right? The average person in the world doesn't have $1,000 in their bank account, so he wants to make this affordable for everybody to buy if they want to get in. So if we get to those $1,000 targets, that's normally where he actually starts to get those splits. So I wouldn't be surprised if on our way up here we did get a split, or maybe if you hit this at first you did get a split somewhere around that area. But I think Tesla from here will move up to about $987, again assuming there's no split coming in, probably right around $1,000. And that probably happens, I would think, at the pace you're going, man, and at the pace you like to go. I bet you're there by the end of April. End of April, end of May, somewhere in that time. February, March, but probably in that April, May, maybe June time, but I think April, May is probably when you're going to be there. That's my personal expectation. So really, I mean, you'd probably grow more at like this pace, like something up there. But yeah, it's looking really good, man. It's looking really good. I want to look at some other dynamics besides just the price targets. I know everybody loves that, right? I could make videos all day just talking about all-time high projections, and people are like, yes, tell me how much money I'm going to make. But let's get into the nitty-gritty here. So getting overbought, very bullish chart. You can just see throughout Tesla's existence, right? If I didn't even know what chart this was, you gave it to me on a monthly, and I saw this as the RSI, I'd be like, okay, you've got a winner. You clearly have a winner. On a monthly basis, you're getting overbought all the time and you're not getting oversold at all, even on your weakest readings. Even at your weakest readings, right, you're barely ever below the 40. This thing is a very dominant chart, okay? The last time that you got overbought, right, so here, overbought, now you're not, and then you finally got overbought again. Overbought, now you're not, then you finally got overbought again. Overbought, now you're not, finally got overbought again, okay? The last time that you had your now you're not, now you are overbought again area was right here, right in the beginning of this last phase. So that happened. Let's just see. You were in the overbought zone here on this month, on the 2nd of December. Why is it? Oh, it's because it starts on the 2nd. That was probably your first Monday of that month. Okay, or whatever. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, because the holiday, New Year's Eve also. Duh. Anyways, December here. You continued moving up really kind of like nonstop. I mean, you did have a pretty serious correction here. Don't get me wrong. You probably dropped about like 60% in a couple months. You continue to move up. You didn't find your high, your all-time high. You didn't stop moving up really for 23 months. And you topped off here for a momentary pause for like about a year, 13 months. So really you were like nonstop bullish for like 13 months with a couple of months here and there of moving down. But if you just held for 13 months, you'd have been in good shape. If you held for 23 months, you would have nailed the top. But 13 to 23 months, something to take into consideration there. The time before that, that you hadn't been overbought in a while, you got overbought here, right? You were overbought on this month here. You only grew for another 2 months. But look at the difference in the way that the price moves here in comparison to how you're moving now, right? It's definitely different. It is definitely a lot stronger now. So I wouldn't think that that's what you're going to do. The time before that, whenever you were out of the overbought zone, you finally got into it. It was on this month here, on April 2013. You didn't really stop growing until February 2014. So that's 10 months there, right? April to February. 10 months, yeah. And then your all-time high came in, at least your momentary all-time high came in 17 months later. So it's definitely expecting that that 17 months at your all-time high, but you really kind of stop moving after 10 months. 23 months at your all-time high, but you really stop moving after 13 months. I think about a year is probably where you're going to go. This is not at the bottom. This is not at the beginning of these moves. This was at the beginning of your entry into the overbought zone, right? Which you did not get last month. You did not have in November. You got close, but it's this month of December you got in the overbought zone. So based off of the two times that you've done this, 10 to 13 months would be the likelihood, with this one exception being 2 months later. I wouldn't compare this to what you're seeing now personally. You're at new all-time highs now. I guess, I mean, you were at new all-time highs there too, but just you look a lot more ferocious right now. And the conditions, the atmosphere, the circumstances of the overall markets, of the world economy, it's different now than it was back then. It's a lot more bullish, especially for Tesla. What was I going to do? Oh, yeah, 13 months. So here we are. 10 months out would be October of 2025. 13 months out would be January of 2026. So somewhere between, the very beginning, that's the beginning of Q4 to the beginning of Q1, beginning of Q4 2025 to the beginning of Q1 2026. Somewhere in that time frame, Tesla will probably start to slow down. Okay, until then, you're probably not slowing down too much. With the occasional reprieves here and there, you're probably not slowing down too much. So I would think that while yes, by April I expect you're going to be at $1,000, I don't think that's the end of your move. I think you're going to keep going higher, which is crazy because Tesla's got a $1.4 trillion market cap right now, all the way up to $1,000. That'd put it at basically $3 trillion. If you're going higher than that, man, Elon Musk is one of the richest people in the world already. He's going to be the richest man in the world, or at least to the public eye at that point. This thing really could grow another 200 or more percentage from here, 300%. It's possible. I would even say, and I know it sounds crazy, man, but we got a year to go. So let's see how crazy. It might sound crazy now, but let's see how it sounds in 6 months, okay? All the way up at $2,500. That would be a 5.5x. You guys, Tesla would be worth about $6 trillion, a little bit over that by then, right? No. Oh, I'm sorry. Whoa. 5.5x from 1.4 would be a lot more, actually. That would be like closer to 8. No. Yes? $8 trillion, $10 trillion, somewhere in there. I think I'm doing that right. Probably $8 trillion if I'm doing my math right. Or $7 trillion. Anyways, guys, I'm at the end of my ropes here. I got nothing else to say, really. I do expect Tesla to continue to grow over the next year. Absolutely, I do. Weekly RSI looks bullish as hell. The weekly candle doesn't look so bullish, but that's probably because of crypto, right? Pretty big sell-off today with a decent bit of volume. You could see a little bit of retracements along the way over the coming days, but I wouldn't expect that to be too dramatic. Let's just see here real quick. Probably at the most down to like 346, at least down to 385. And that is if you pull back at all. I mean, who knows? This could just be a quick shakeout and then you're on your way up higher. But I would think, personally, you're at 440. I would think you're on your way down to that $385, $400 area. Probably find support there and then move up. If you don't, you're going to go all the way down to your 346 area, find support there, and then move up. I definitely would wait if I was looking to buy Tesla. I definitely would wait. I don't know if I'd sell, though, because you never know. Again, this could be a shakeout and then you just move up, right? If I was waiting to buy Tesla, if I saw prices back above 473, I wouldn't wait anymore. I would just get in above 473 because then you're filling this gap again. Then you're engulfing this candle, and you're above the 2272. Above 473, it's a buy. Right here, not a buy. Definitely not a sell, though, because you never know. You really never know when it could go up, right? If I was looking to buy, I would probably start buying around 400 or below 400 personally. And if I bought here at 385 to 405, I would expect or accept, maybe not expect, but accept the possibility that the price could go all the way to 346. I would accept it as a possibility, not a probability. So if I bought here, and I'm okay with buying as long as it goes lower, or not as long as it goes lower, if it goes lower, I'm not trying to catch the absolute bottom. I'm just trying to get in at an ideal price and get out at an ideal price. If that's you, if you're like me, I wouldn't mess around with this thing. I would, at this price, I would just get in, right? Or at least get something in there, maybe half of it. If you want to put the other half out and wait to see if it goes down there, cool. But it might not go down there. Likely you'll find support here and then you'll move back up. If you only put half of your stuff in there and then it moves up here, cool. Buy it up there, whatever. There's nothing wrong with buying higher if you're trying to wait lower, but there is something wrong with trying to wait for lower prices and then never getting in and letting it go higher without you. So don't do that, right? But none of this is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just giving you my genuine opinions, telling you exactly what I would do if I was in these kind of circumstances. Looking at the charts, it wouldn't surprise me at all if we went down as low as 350, but more likely you probably find support at that 385 to $405 area. I got nothing else that I want to say, you guys. Thank you all for being here. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Take care. Bye-bye.